Hello and welcome to Intuitive Insights, where I share universal messages from readings that came through specifically for a specific person. But here I share the universal message, its image, in hopes that you can use it specifically for you. I'm Megan McDonough, your host, and here is this week's message. Summer is just about here. I'm sitting outside right now recording this with all the wonderful sounds of the birds and the city and the smells of lilacs, which I love, on my front porch. Everything is smelling so good and is in bloom. This seasonal shift is a big reminder to me of how time passes, how everything shifts. And it seems to go quicker when you're faced with, or face to face with, the constant change of weather. I used to live on the West Coast where the seasons and weather barely changed. There, life felt like Salvador Dali's melting clock, warped, slow, then fast, then slow. Here in the Midwest, it trots along beautifully, then aggressively, then beautifully, then aggressively, in a wonderful, chaotic pattern. Wonderful now. Ask me come February if I say how wonderful it is. Always different, yet still the same, and bearing the obvious weight of time as it goes. The image that wanted to come forward this week, a little girl across the street is screaming, it's so cute. The image that wanted to come forward this week is that of a winding path or road with multi-layered radiant sun on the horizon. The message? Remember to laugh. You're always on your path. This is one of my favorite sayings. When I describe the meaning of this saying, I usually use the example of traffic, which is actually how this saying came to me. When you get stuck in traffic and you're late and you're pissed off, only to find that when you arrive, your meeting is delayed or canceled, you ran into someone you wouldn't have run into if you were in time, or you missed a horrible accident. Of course, this may not always be the case, but I'm sure you've experienced one of these instances at some point in your life. So when you don't know what's laying on the other side of that hot mess of traffic, you may choose anger, frustration, or aggression as a means to deal with the inevitable lack of control in your life, only to find out that it didn't matter and how futile that waste of energy was. You got yourself all worked up, full of yucky feelings for nothing. Again, not always the case, but it still happens. If you remember to laugh because you're always on your path, knowing that you are protected and guided, what would you have done to your energy, to your day, to your life? Feelings have vibrations, and vibrations echo and resonate out into the world. How you radiate is often what you receive. This perspective gives you an opportunity to co-create with the world around you. We will never be in control. That is a myth. The best we can do is offer our co-creation. Laugh more. I tell my kids laughter is the best gift you can give someone. Whether laughing with you or at you, doesn't matter. Giving someone the gift of laughter is a gift they will always cherish. We need more laughter in our lives. I mean, I know I do. Laughter reduces stress, it calms the nerves, enlivens the heart, radiates a frequency or vibration of happiness and love. I read an article recently that said laughter decreases stress hormones and increases immune cell and infection-fighting antibodies, thus improving your resistance to disease. Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. It may help you live longer. A study in Norway found that people with a strong sense of humor outlived those who don't laugh as much. The difference was particularly notable for those battling cancer. Help magazine. I remember a time in my life that was particularly stressful. I found that at that time, I could only allow myself to watch comedies. I didn't even know how stressed out I was until I realized I was only watching comedies. I see this now as a subconscious choice as I look back, and it was a form of self-healing. My energy was so worn thin and struggling that if I was going to take the time to watch a movie, it had to fill me up with positivity and laughter. In the example of traffic, when we choose to trust everything will be okay, or remember to laugh that we're on our path and have faith that we're right where we need to be, we alter our vibration in the world. The law of attraction proposes that positive thoughts bring positive results into a person's life, while negative thoughts bring negative outcomes. This idea of magnetize your light is taking this notion a step further, that the energies behind the thoughts and emotions have magnetism. Frequencies that you put out into the world through thought, speech, and emotion are powerful and magnetize back to you what you radiate. Personally, I not only want to magnetize, but magnify laughter in my life. I've talked about love in terms of frequencies before. And what I believe is that what we all call God or source or spirit is just the frequency of pure love. God is love, for those of you Christians out there. The frequency of love has several sub-frequencies, but they are never fear or its sub-frequencies. Fear, hate, anger, obsession, greed, jealousy, etc. These are all subsets of the fear frequency. While generosity, gentleness, kindness, graciousness, genuineness, and gratitude, all the good cheese, are all subsets of the love frequency. When we feel good and are in the love frequency, our frequency is high. When we feel bad, our frequency is low. According to the Omega Ultimate Consciousness chart, our emotions radiate at different frequencies or vibrations. The higher the frequency, the more elevated and joyful the emotion. In my blog, I show the chart as well, so you can look that up if you are just listening to this. But even without this chart, you can reflect back on a time in your life when everything seemed to go great, and that greatness began snowballing because of your amazing mood. You may have even become more generous, smiled more, and possibly laughed more. So, if you're in a terrible mood or in a traffic jam, how do you shift the frequency from fear and its sub-frequencies to love and its sub-frequencies? Laugh. It sounds stupid, but it works. Laughter shifts the brain, changes your perspective, which can change your energy. Fake it till you make it. Just laugh. Just laugh. Remember to laugh. You're always on your path. This and all the good G's, grateful, generous, genuine, gracious, gentle, mini playbook on being kind and loving, are all you need. Be kind, radiate love, laugh, see what happens. Big buckets of love. That is this week's message. If you would like your own personalized intuitive soul reading, you can find me on magnetizeyourlight.com or email me at info@magnetizeyourlight.com. I also do couples readings and group readings, as well as a few other offerings and empowerment courses that you will find there. I hope you have a beautiful week filled with laughter and living in that love frequency. Talk to you soon.